Hi, today we'll be looking into malaria parasites, the different types of characteristics for each of them, their incubation periods, and so on. So let's get started. To start off with, what are malaria parasites? Well, they're a type of protozoa, meaning that they're single-celled eukaryotes, and they're located under the phylum Apicomplexa. They're located under the genus Plasmodium, to be more specific, and under the genus Plasmodium, we have over 120 species, but only 5 of them are known to infect humans. The 5 species of which are Plasmodium falciparum, we have the Plasmodium vivax as well, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium malariae, and lastly, Plasmodium knowlesi. Let's look into the Plasmodium vivax to start off with. They're the most frequent and widespread cause of malaria, and they're known to cause approximately 71.5% of all estimated malaria cases worldwide. And they're predominant mostly in the regions of the Americas, and they're second only to the falciparum in terms of their deadliness. And their incubation period varies quite a lot. It varies from 10 to 17 days usual, but it can sometimes last up to an year when it is dormant in the body. Next, we have the Plasmodium knowlesi. This is a relatively new type of malaria, and it causes malaria in both humans and in other primates also. And it's the most common cause of malaria in Malaysia, but in a worldwide viewpoint, it's not exactly the most common cause of malaria worldwide. And it's found usually throughout Southeast Asia. And its life cycle requires infection of both the mosquito and of the warm-blooded host, which is quite unusual because in this case the mosquito is not only just a vector, but it could also be infected itself. Its original and natural host is the Old World monkeys and the markers, and it's a case of the parasite moving to humans, not originating or having humans as the natural or original host. Next, we have the infamous Plasmodium falciparum, and it's the deadliest of all species that cause malaria in humans, and they're associated with the development of blood cancer, which is also, in this case, Burkitt's lymphoma, which is a cancer of the lymphatic system, to be more specific. And they're classified as a group 2A carcinogen. Next, we have the Plasmodium ovale. This is a less dangerous variety compared to the Plasmodium falciparum that we talked about earlier on, and it causes tertian malaria, which is fever spikes in every 2 to 3 days in humans. And it's the least common among human infecting Plasmodium species, but it can cause relapsing infections because secondary infections can be caused and generated from latent parasites that are in the liver. Its incubation period is quite average. It's 12 to 18 days. Next, we have the Plasmodium malaria. This is found worldwide, and it's a relatively benign type of malaria compared to other types of malaria, and along with the Plasmodium ovale. And it causes quartan fever, meaning that it's fever, but it's in intervals of 4 days. This is slightly different from the tertian fever that we talked about when discussing Plasmodium ovale. And its incubation period is quite long. It can be approximately 18 to 40 days. In terms of the transmission of malaria, it's transmitted only by the bites of infected female Anopheles mosquitoes, and it's found across Africa, Asia, South America, and in parts of Oceania, and it's majorly dominant in sub-Saharan Africa, where malaria is known to be the most severe. Anopheles, by the way, is a genus, and under this genus we have several other types of specific species that are concentrated in specific continents or either worldwide.